Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. We got a bunch of Guns N' Roses news today. So as you guys know, when Guns N' Roses played Melbourne a day or so ago, McBob, who introduces the band at each concert, and has been doing so for a number of years, basically said the wrong city name. He said Sydney instead of Melbourne, and there's video of it you can watch. So I've linked to it down below. And you can hear the crowd starting to boo a bit. I think it was overblown in the press. Like they booed for a bit, and then they immediately start the intro to It's So Easy, and then the fans start cheering. So it's not like they were booing the entire concert. That's the way the media tended to portray it. And a lot of the headlines regarding Guns N' Roses today talk about how they got the wrong city name. So, nobody's perfect. I love McBob's intros, especially when you see some of the intros he did back in the Use Your Illusion days. I'm looking forward to seeing what he says when he comes to my city. We also had the Guns N' Roses Twitter page have some fun with it too. And Slash as well. So Guns N' Roses said Melbourne. Accidentally, after 30 years, McBob made an error. Truly sorry. Thank you for coming out tonight. Also had Slash say Melbourne, thank you for an awesome fucking evening. Apologies for the Spinal Tap intro, but we had a great fucking time tonight. Cheers. Yeah, this whole situation reminds me of that Simpsons episode where Spinal Tap is playing in Springfield and they say the wrong city name, and then, in their case, the concert was like a disaster. But, Guns show seemed like it went really well. Let's move on to our next piece of news. We also had some news from the Melbourne concert about the number of people who actually got ejected from MCG. So a total of 41 Guns N' Roses fans were ejected from the concert. There was a number of reasons. They said out of the 41, 14 people were ejected for drunkenness, 4 people were charged, one with criminal damage, while another person was fined for swearing, which I'm kind of surprised you can actually get fined for doing that. Like, at least I think in Canada, as far as I know, you don't get fined for doing that. They also said in the article that perhaps patrons were riled up about the band mistakenly greeting them as Sydney. So if you guys want to read the article, it's down below. Let's go on to our next piece of news. When Guns N' Roses was in Brisbane at the beginning of their Australia tour, their drummer Frank Ferrer actually went to a local live venue called the Bearded Lady, and he took part in what they call a Sunday sesh church. And basically, he actually jammed with some of the local musicians. They did like a 10-minute long gospel type jam. And there's video of it. So if you guys want to check it out, you guys can see the link down below. Let's go into our next piece of news. So we have an interview with Wayne's World director Penelope Spheris, and she discussed why both her and Mike Myers did not want a Guns N' Roses song to appear in the first Wayne's World film. She said, I had just done Decline 2 and Guns N' Roses were supposed to be in it, and at the last minute their manager decided that he didn't want them in the movie, so I went and I got Megadeth. And then she said Bohemian Rhapsody was written into the script when I got it, and then the studio said, oh, we've got this hot band now. We want to put Guns N' Roses in there. And Mike kicked up about it and said, no, we don't want Guns N' Roses. We want Bohemian Rhapsody. So you can imagine where I was at with that one. I was like, I don't want Guns N' Roses. They didn't want me. That's what the whole battle was about. She also revealed that the band Cinderella did not respond well to the movie when it was screened for them on the Paramount lot. She said, I did end up using one of their songs, Hot and Bothered, in the film, but when I showed it to them, they said, we don't get it, it's not funny. They were not nice afterwards, and I felt so disheartened. When we started having these test screenings is when it really came to light that it was something stand out and special. Either you get it or you don't. So if you guys want to read the entire interview, I've linked to it down below. So we've also got some follow-up to the 2 Sydney shows that Guns N' Roses played, and this article from the Daily Review talked about the sound problems, and basically they said the more expensive the ticket, the better the sound quality. Some people were saying, they had really good seats, they paid a lot of money, and the sound was good, and then some people said they had really bad seats, and the sound wasn't so good. So there was sort of a mishmash of different responses regarding whether the sound was good or not. Let's go into our last piece of news because I feel like I've talked about this issue to death. So there's a really great article out about Guns N' Roses gig that they played back in 1993 in Melbourne. And that gig was at Calder Park. So these are some really rare photos that I've personally never seen from the gig, but it's actually published in the article. And they've also got some video footage from the gig. There's a really tiny portion of pro shot footage. Most of it's just about the fans lining up. And it seemed like a horrible time to have a concert because the weather was so bad. They got rained on. There was, I think, high winds. There was also extreme heat. And a bottle of water was like $4 or something. That's back in 1993, so it seems pretty outrageous. I tried to rip the video off the site, to show you guys, but for some reason, it's not some special kind of media player that you can't actually extract the video off of there. So if any of you guys can figure out, that would be great, because I'm sure that article is going to be taken down soon, or they're going to remove the video. And it's sort of like a timepiece for a lot of Guns N' Roses fans. So I've linked to it down below. I'm going to warn you guys, they do one of these stupid things where you can only read the article 3 times, then you have to pay for it. So make sure you read the article the first time you actually go to the website. So that does it for today's news. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you guys go like my Facebook page and follow me on Facebook. I've got the link to my Facebook page down below for Guns N' Roses Central. I think I literally put it up like 2 days ago. I've already got almost 150 likes. So I really appreciate that if you've liked it. And go follow me on Twitter at Guns N' Roses Daily. I'll follow you guys back. And I'm right now in the process of trying to get some people on the podcast who've, let's just say they would be really interesting guests. So we're hoping to get some new guests here on the podcast, some people who maybe have worked with Guns N' Roses in the past. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. And as always, guys, make sure you subscribe for all things related to Guns N' Roses. Take care.